I want to leave mine this way. We need to do that to the rest of the fingers now. Finger joints. What I'm going to do is to simplify this rig a little bit. I don't actually have 3 joint rotation sliders for the index finger. I have the first joint, and then I have a second slider that's going to control these 2 joints, and then I have a splay which will actually rotate it side to side so I can spread the fingers out. A really good hand control system obviously would have one as well set up to be able to handle each joint independently. Again, wire the Y to the index 2 this time. Dig to rad. I'm actually going to copy that so I don't have to keep typing it. Connect. And I'm going to hook it up to the same thing, to the index 02 again. Paste my deg to rad in there. And now when I slide the second slider, both joints rotate. If I wanted one to rotate more than the other, I could have put a bit of math in there, multiplied the second one a bit if I wanted to. For the splay, I'm going to be using the Z-axis on the zeroed out controller and wire that up to the index splay, deg to rad, and check which way this goes. I would expect if the value goes up, it would move outwards from the rest of the fingers, and it does. I just need to go through the rest of the fingers and set those up now one at a time. What I'll do is, instead of doing that for you, I'll move on to setting up things like the splay. Or sorry, not the splay, the cup action. So I actually have a cup slider in here just to cup the hand. And what that is going to be an action of is, one, rotating this joint down and rotating it in a bit at the same time so that it cups down and around so that you could actually bend the hand and touch the thumb and the pinky finger together. So I'm going to start with the Y-axis, which is up and down. Oops. I'll start again. Y-axis down to the cup. Deg to rad. And it goes down like I would suspect it to. I'm then going to wire the X rotation and rotate it in a bit. Now I don't need to go through the wiring process with the quad menus again because I've got the X rotation right here in front of me. You can actually dig through and find any axes or any parameters that you want in the lists here. So I'm just going to pick the X rotation, connect it to the same item, deg to rad again, say connect. So you can see now that these two both are connected to this cup 1. Back to my cup. As it turns out, it happens to be rotating in the right direction. Now it might be rotating not enough on one axis and too much on another to get what we expect. You'll see it's rotating down a long way before it cups in. So we may not want it to do that. We may want it to actually rotate less down than rotating in. So I'm going to go back to this expression. If I pick the Y rotation and just multiply that by, say, 0.5, it now doesn't rotate down as far for the amount that it rotates in. And we get a nice cupping action happening. So we can bend the finger in. We could even get it to crush in a little bit by connecting in the Z rotation if we wanted, so that it crushes in side to side as well. Now again, this is way too much. We might want to multiply this by some small value, even just a 0.1, so that it tries to crush in and pull the finger in sideways a little bit. Now we can get a nice cupping action out of it.